Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our special founders meeting. Today is Wednesday, the 21st of August, 2024, and I'm so excited to be with you again after a week or so that we have been absent, right? So here we are to discuss some of the latest, the hottest gist in our community today. It's always a pleasure for me to be here with you. All right, we are here with our dear Admin Scott. Greetings to you, Admin Scott. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you, Mbe. Welcome, everyone.
You.
All right. So I guess we can get our meeting started. Are you going to want to do your presentation on what you learned at your conference first?
Okay, it's fine. It's just a few minutes briefing to update the
Yeah,
community.
that'll be perfect.
Okay, so thank you very
All
much,
right.
admin. Yeah, so guys, it was such a wonderful conference. I spent like 5 days outside, and when we talk of, for those of you who are not in Africa, when you talk of AU is like we have European Union in Europe. You know, that's equivalent to that. Okay, for those who are not in Africa, but all those who are in Africa, they understand exactly what AU is all about. So I was called up from by a close person who works in the Ministry of Finance in my country because they were looking for someone who understands cryptocurrency and has been in this for so long. So AU was looking for people like that, and we had more than 30 African countries that were meeting our representatives. So it was a very, very interesting meeting because during that meeting, they were talking a lot about digital currency, and also cryptocurrency. So we know about the central bank digital currency. We know that. And then my part that I was to play was actually to explain to them the added value, okay? I was to explain to them the added value of using cryptocurrency as a payment and remittance system compared to the existing payment system and remittances. So yeah, it was a topic that I needed to break it down. So I had to explain to them all the added value and why it's important that they need to really look into cryptocurrency because they do not know some of this added value. And trust me, admin, we did some practical work, all the things that some of you have learned, maybe in Binance, maybe in Trust Wallet, maybe in MetaMask Wallet. We did a lot of this practical work for them to practically see how feasible it is and how valuable it is for them to start looking into crypto. For example, when we talk about added value, we start looking at maybe fast transactions, maybe low transaction fees, and so on and so forth. And then I had to also, during another day of my presentation, one of my assignments was actually to show them how it is effective for an African cryptocurrency. There's something they call interoperable payment system. When you talk of interoperable payment system, how is it possible for us to integrate cryptocurrency into the present payment system? How can that be possible? Well, I don't want to talk a little bit about jargons, all these blockchain jargons here. Of course, I don't want to confuse you a lot, but the admin will understand exactly what I'm saying because it's an IT person. So, guys, it's just a way of showing them how it is possible to convert maybe fiat currency, maybe through your bank, and then from your bank to crypto. How is the meeting point? Where are they meeting? How is that possible? And even if that is possible, how are we going to tackle resistances? Because we had a lot of people from all walks of life. We have a representative of the World Bank was even there. We have people from ministries of finances were there. We had people. We have politicians. We just have a lot of people. People from private and public sphere. They were all in that meeting. So they also had to ask their question, and they came out also with a regulatory framework and how this can all be regulated so that nobody is harmed, so that both the people doing crypto and also the people doing who are not into it, or even the novice, so that they shouldn't be scammed. So there was a lot of proposed regulatory framework that the AU came up with. And we were also asked to write down some of recommendations, some of the things that they need to do, because it's very easy for them to propose things to the governments of many countries, very easy for them. So we had to come out, like we take a whole day, come brainstorming on recommendation. Why is it necessary for them or for the government of countries to do this for as far as digital currency or cryptocurrencies are concerned? So it was a lot of brainstorming. I'm telling you, the brainstorming was really, really high. It was not a child's play. It was a serious issue, because we were spending hours and hours writing and brainstorming and looking at some of these issues, discussing them, some of the resistances that we are having, the resistances that is existing between the banks, between government, and of course, the population. We were looking at all those resistances and breaking them down and see how this can come out as a body, how this can get married, even if they are not going to produce children. But they were looking at how all these bodies can come together, the banks, the government, politicians, the population. How can they come together, work together to see that everybody can be of benefit, everybody can contribute to the society, especially as far as economic growth is concerned? So that was one of the concerns of the AU, and they needed to understand how all this works first, and then come out with proposed ideas, which they are going to present also to governments in Africa. So it was a very rich gathering, admin, and I'm telling you, we did like many pages of recommendation. We're waiting for the next step, because that was just kind of intro and understanding how these things works and how they can have a meeting point somewhere, and how economic of nations can actually benefit. So we also came out with regulatory measures that can also be put in place, which I'm not going to be listing all them here. It's not really important for this meeting. But trust me, admin, one of the things that many of them came up with was the issue of training. And that really, in fact, that gladdens my heart, because ever since I've been in this community for many years now, I have been singing to people about training. I've been singing to people about how they need to take this journey, this technology very seriously. Because trust me, if a body like what we had begin to talk about trainings, begin to talk about people that are going to train, maybe private business people, public figures, maybe the government, maybe the banks, if we begin to talk about trainings, if they begin to talk about training, we need people like you and I. I mean, when I say you and I don't mean the admin. I mean, those of you listening to me right now. We need you, we need me, to be able to train all these bodies all over the place. So I will still keep saying that, keep doing what you are doing, guys. As far as cryptocurrency as a whole is concerned, and SBC in particular, keep understanding that meeting point, that bridge. How can you bridge from this coin to this coin, from this currency to this currency? Those are trainings that, trust me, in the nearest future, your country will need you. Your people will need you. A lot of personalities will need you, because by the time big organizations start talking about this, you that you have been in this field for many years, you are going to be the one we shall call for. You shall be the one we shall be talking to. And I did a lot of recommendations, because they asked me to make recommendations. And I know a lot of trust people that I'm working with all over Africa, and I gave many names. So trust me, guys, any of you can be called up at any time. I will not tell you the names I gave, but I gave a lot of names that, who knows, tomorrow you might be needed to come give a talk, or maybe come give your experience. But don't be surprised, it can happen, So, I mean, it was such an interesting meeting. I don't want to go all over the place. We might end up just talking about this, but it was such a beautiful one, and a lot of experiences. We have professors, we have people from university lecturers, in fact, people from all walks of life, they were actually there, and we learned a lot. And trust me, admin, do you know that some of these professors, they really understand this blockchain technology. They read, they understand, but you know what? The practical part is always the problem. The practical part is always the issue. So, so me being there and doing the practical part was really awesome. And I was thinking about all of you guys because we have been doing a lot of practical part. So, to just summarize that, admin, we should keep doing what we are doing because a lot of people are seeing what we are doing. Even if you think that they are not seeing you, guys, they are seeing you because when I was called up, I was surprised. I was not expecting that, but I was called up to represent my country. So you can imagine. So each and every one of you should know that this economy is growing. This blockchain technology is growing very fast, and very soon, or maybe later on, you can't be the champion in your country. Thank you very much, admin.
All right, thank you, Mbe. Yeah, it sounds like an amazing opportunity, and definitely your last part in training is something that we need to work on a little bit better in our community specifically. I know a lot of us know how to get through our systems because we've done it for a while and we're experienced. But you know, me even being in the admin, I just registered 2 of my close friends this past week, and I had a little bit of difficulty getting around in the system. And looking at that, I said to myself, I think that we could probably improve this. So on top of improving that, putting some training in there is definitely a great idea. So thank you so much for your report. I do have a couple of notes from it that I'll probably put into a blog, but we'll talk about the SBC private fund here a little bit later, and then I'll retouch on what you'd said here, because we are really in a right now. It's a pioneering. It's a pioneering time. Most of you know, here, even in the US, even though cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum are all very you know, ubiquitous. People know what those things are, and they know how to use them on, you know, various apps and whatever. Most of those people are doing trading. They're not using it for you know, they're not using it to pay their bills. They're not using it to you know, do anything in a real world. I mean, I have a little debit card that you know, I can put, you know, like I've said with Glint before, it's another one of the options out there. Glint and Robinhood all have debit cards that you can go out and use. Glint is specific in the fact that you can purchase and hold gold in either a USD format, or you can actually hold it in a gold format. And whenever you need to spend it, you can either convert the gold to USD, or you can spend it as gold, which is very, very convenient. And you know, it's just all at your fingertips, right on your smartphone. So it's very exciting, and I definitely would like to maybe we can put together some additional details. It would be great for us to have training sessions once again, where we go through how to do certain things. And I know that our previous admin was very adept at getting training out there and getting a lot of our members educated. We're working towards that. There's a smaller staff now, but we're doing the best that we can. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Thank you again, Mbe, for your presentation. That sounds very excited. You sound very excited.
Yeah, of course.
So, all right. Okay, so this is our founders meeting for August 21st, 2024. And we're going to go over a couple of things today. We're going to go over a dashboard. We're going to go over our member count, and then we're going to take a little peek at the blog. We're going to take a look at our SBC Gold price, and that's going to give you an update on accepting SBC Gold through your SBCBO. And then we're going to have an SBFC announcement that's going to be very exciting. It's going to be a little bit of a process. Our initial design for SBFC has changed, and I'll go over the details of the history and the past of that, where it came from, and what we're going to do with it. Then we have the rewards and the rewards announcement for September, and then we're going to talk about some stats. So let's go ahead and get to the dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and share. I think. Here we go. All right, on our dashboard, our membership is 5335. So at the beginning of August, our membership was 5,600, and then we sharply dropped to 5,500, and we've dropped below 5,500. When I tell you the statistics, you're going to see exactly why that is, and you're going to see where those people are, and hopefully you won't be afraid. We're not going to be staying at this low number for very long. So we had reached 5,500. We stepped above 5,500 and stayed there for a while. I'd offered a additional bonus in SBC Gold for us to make it to 5,600, but we didn't stay there. So there is a new blog, specifically our 6,000 member challenge. So when we reach 6,000 members, our SBC Gold gift is going to be 35. In August, the SBC Gold gift was 25. So 35 is what we're looking at. Since SBC Gold has gone into the wild, the price of SBC Gold has started to jump, and you're starting to see some real market activity on that. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. When we reach 6,000, we need to stay at 6,000. Between the first of the month and the middle of the month, when the reward is issued, we need to stay at that 6,000 mark. And we didn't do that with last month. So I gave away 25 SBC Gold, and we didn't really meet the mark. So we're going to put some new controls into place on the SBC Gold gift. If our membership is below 5,500, there is no SBC Gold gift. We have to be above 5,500 to get 20, and then we need 6,000 to get the 35. Now, all of our members should know that the SBC Gold gift it's real money. I know it's a small amount, but over time, and very likely by the end of this year, your SBC Gold gift that you've already received, most members have already received about 70 SBC Gold. That's quite a bit. That will be worth very likely, if it's $1 per coin, each one of that gift will be worth $70, and it will just continue to go up. And of course, you can supplement your own SBC Gold holdings and go from there. So in August, the reward's going to be 20. If we get back above 5,500, the blog is here. It shows you the details. So far, I've given away over 110,000 SBC Gold as a reward. So that's a good incentive. We are going to start using SBC Gold here very shortly, maybe even today. Actually, I hope today. I have to read my notes from my developer, but I think today is the day. We're going to let a small amount of members in to do that as a test. And as things progress over the next day or so, we will unlock that a little bit further. So going back to our dashboard, so our membership is, it looks like it just went down a little bit, but these things happen. We need to get our membership up to 6,000 for hopefully by the end of the month. Otherwise, we'll go into the month of September with that goal. So those are our goals, and I will, when I go through over the statistics here, you're going to be inspired, because you're going to know that a lot of these people who are unfortunately a statistic are going to want to wake themselves up and say, "Oh, well, I am missing out," and we're gonna let them know that they're missing out. Okay, so now our SBC Gold price is over 3 cents. About a week ago, we accidentally left the contract unlocked overnight while our developers were doing some programming. And by that, a lot of our industrious members found that SBC Gold was available to purchase, and many members did. When they did, there was a big spike. And forgive me for my I don't know how to make these little things go away, but here's the chart. Right here, this little bump right here between 0.026 and all the way up to over 0.03 was the result of us unlocking the contract and allowing any person outside of our system to purchase SBC Gold. And as you can see, there's been a lot of buying and selling, a lot of activity on that market. And we see that it's trending up, of course, which is where we're looking for. And we're going to see that trend up even further as we start to use SBC Gold for our, well, what are you doing? Where are you going? It's going somewhere. Okay, so back to the dashboard. I think maybe we can. Wow, I don't know what's going on here, guys. Sorry, this is very strange. I've never seen this before. There we go. Very strange. All right, hold on a second here, guys. I apologize. Mbe, you want to give me a second here and trying to find my controls. Everything is just everywhere on me right now. Okay, did this share stop?
Yes.
Okay. I apologize, guys. I changed my user or my password, and trying to get in is not easy as it used to be. Come on. All right, I am not getting back in without, I know my password is super complex, so it's kind of, I really do need this though. Do you want to, let's, I know Augustine is in here, and I think Augustine wanted to say something. Let's just transfer it over to Augustine and let him speak for a couple moments while I get myself resituated, if we can do that.
Okay, Mr. Augustine, please raise up your hands so I can see you. I have like 6 pages here.
I know he's there.
Raise your hand, Augustine, if you're here. I don't know. I'm looking for you, Augustine. All right, okay, here he is. Please unmute. All right. It's okay now. Go ahead, sir.
Greetings, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry, I lost touch with the network, and I just gained back my network connection now.
Yeah, it's fine. So admin was saying that it looks like you wanted to say something, why he's trying to log into his account. So,
well, the bulk of what I wanted to say, I've already talked about it in the broadcast that I did yesterday, and I was also hoping that you were going to give us some feedback regarding your presentation in the program you went for.
yeah, I did
and,
already. Looks like your network was not.
No, I heard everything you said.
Okay.
And I'm actually putting on a high spirit because I knew that if it doesn't happen today, it's going to happen tomorrow or before the end of the week. You know, the pumping of the coin, I mean the SBCG. So I've done my part in telling the community to wake up. And the one that pains me most is the fact that community are waiting to see it happen first. However, I know that by the time we start this week and then the end of this week, it becomes very obvious. And I think that the fire will catch everyone naturally, you know, and especially the ones that are out there that are not taking advantage of SBCG. It was just a few months ago, I think May, that we launched SBCG. I was looking at the BSC scan and I saw someone that had 700,000 coins. I was dumbfounded, like, wow, you know, and some people had 500,000 coins. You know, the way this SBCG is going to operate, it's going to happen too fast that in less than 1 year from now, SBCG could be as much as $15 or $20. And when you go about the multiplier effect, those guys are made for life. You know, these are opportunities that I expected the community to take advantage of. I'm sure while a good number didn't was because of the antecedents of what happens in our staking, in our GGR, in our K-Love, they became afraid. But I try to tell everyone, don't look at the past, believe in the future, you know, because I know very well at the moment we launch this our banking system, the whole world comes looking for us. And each person coming at that point is just going to be a lift to what you have already put into the community. However, it's not late. SBCG is still there. It's less than 50 cents. There is so much opportunity for people to take advantage of it. If people are still sitting down and are watching, that's not wisdom. I know that I have invested something worthwhile. And currently, where I do work is a very, very juicy place by the grace of God. But I'm not seeing myself staying there too long. The reason is because working for the government as you rise, the better you are. I'm quite very good in the system. And I'm always seen as one of the leaders in everything I do. And if I continue staying there with the crypto, I become a threat to the system. So it's wisdom that have to play out to go out of the system when it's time. And I'm looking at that happening in about a year from now, or maybe 2 years from now. I don't know when exactly. But the point is, every opportunity the administration presents itself or presents to us, I take advantage of it. SBCG, I think I've done a good job on that. SBFC, I've done a good job, but I will still do good ones. I will do more. I was talking to one of prospect in the community, and the prospect told me that she wants to revive her coins. And I saw that she didn't even have up to 1 SBC. And I told her that she had just very little fractions. But I encouraged her to pay her subscription fee to get 2,000 SBCG. Sorry, 2,000 SBC, you know, and that 2,000 SBC will continue for about maybe 2 months. Now, why I'm saying so is because if we get to a membership of 10,000, it wouldn't be 2,000 again. It will be reviewed. So I told the person that take advantage of it. So the person asked me, what is the worth of SBC in the market? I did a screenshot, and 2,000 SBC, as now I speak, is over $10,000. I was like, wow, are you serious? Yeah, the price of gold has been really going up. And in another 6 months to 1 year from now, 1 grain of gold could be as much as $7 or more than $7. And if it's $7, your 2,000 SBC will be over $14,000. That's what purchasing power looks like. So admin has done a lot. And I still don't know why the community isn't seeing it from the perspective I am seeing it. I still don't know why people have so much money and prefer to leave it in the banks. Some prefer to leave it in whatever investment. I was telling another of my, I'm rounding off now. It looks like the administration wants to now take over. It looks like he's ready. So let me
I
round
am
off.
ready. Yeah, you're good.
All right. Thank you. Let me just say one more thing. So I was discussing with one of my prospects as well. And I told my prospect that even though I'm working somewhere, I don't see any business that I would do that will give me such returns on investment when I compare it to SBCG. I told the individual that if you put in $100 in SBCG for the next 6 months, not in the custodial wallet, in the market, $100, and leave it there for 6 solid months, your $100 could be worth $700 in 6 months' time. And if you choose to withdraw your capital, that's good enough. It won't have major effect. So it's an advantage for people. If it's a business, I wonder if you would have gained such returns on investment, and it only gets better. So guys, please put your heads together. Believe this administration. Forget about whatever sentiments or failures of the past. Take advantage of it. This man was put there so that you would have generational wealth. No more, no less. So let me just stop here. Thank you for the time, Sambe, and thank you so much for the time, my admin. Cheers. I'm
All
signing
right.
out.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. And the blog here has the video that Augustine was talking about. So if you haven't had the opportunity to check that video out, go ahead and do that. It's right here on the blog. All right. So going back to where I was a few moments ago, I want to move right into. We're going to be starting to accept SBC Gold through our website for payments today. I'm reviewing my developer's information, and what he's telling me for today is that you're going to only be able to use your custodial wallet to make an SBCG payment. Now we're making it so that you'll be able to use external funds from your MetaMask or your Trust wallet. You'll be able to use those to pay for SBC BO with SBC Gold, and you'll also be able to use your custodial. But right now we're working on the custodials because that's where the majority of our holders are, and a lot of the members already have SBC Gold in there that they can start spending. So we're going to make that available. There is a problem with having the add-on wallets. So if you are a member that has an add-on wallet, I know unfortunately, Augustine, you're one of those, but some of there aren't a lot of them. I think we have a total of maybe 14 members who actually have secondary and add-on wallets. We're discussing what to do with that. We might actually have to merge those wallets together and abandon the secondary wallet. I'm not sure what that's going to look like. And what I mean by abandon is, like, we'll still move your funds for you. Everything will just be moved from one wallet to the other, and then go from there. But there are only 14 members who took advantage of the additional wallet, so it's a small amount of people, and we will get that sorted very quickly. Temporarily, what goes in is what's going to be paid out. So if you pay USDT, your bounty is going to come in USDT. If you pay in SBC Gold, your bounty will come in SBC Gold. We are not doing immediate swaps on the fly, but that's what's going to happen. So in the very near future, when you pay with SBC Gold, it's a transfer, but when you pay with USDT, that's going to create a positive swap, and that's going to impact the price in an upward direction. So right now, for the next couple of hours, he's debugging the code. The new payment page is going to be very similar to the old payment page. You'll just have your option of what payment method to make, so it shouldn't be too complicated as we go about. And that should be in there today. So again, as Augustine mentioned, a lot of our members are waiting and seeing and sitting back and waiting for what's going on. And unfortunately, some of the members that are waiting are members that hold SBC Gold, and they've allowed their accounts to expire, which is kind of unfortunate. So we're working on the accepting of the SBC Gold, and that's going to start to happen. But I wanted to go over some stats that I found. I've already shared these with a couple members of the Privy Council, but have not shared them with everybody. So of SBC Gold holders, there are, at the time that I documented this, am I sharing this? I am sharing the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So unfortunately, I don't have a graphic for this, but this will be on the blog. So right now there is 3,097 holders of SBC Gold. So those are members who pre-bought SBC Gold. Those are members who have custodial wallets who have swapped for SBC Gold. And those are members, excuse me, who have received the SBC Gold gift over the course of May, June, July, August, and coming up here in September. 2,132 of those members are active. So that leaves us with 931 holders of SBC Gold who are not active. They've got real money in their account. They've got real money in their custodial wallet, but they are not active. And in order for you to be able to even, get at that, you need to have an active account. So it's a mystery as to why some of these members have allowed their accounts to expire. So there is 755,000 SBC Gold that are in custodial wallets of unpaid members. 7,055 SBC Gold in unpaid wallets. And that number is insane, but that is 25,000 USD that is just sitting in unpaid accounts. So that's kind of shocking. Some of these members are members who pre-bought, and some of these members are members who did a swap, and they're allowing their accounts to sit there unrealized and unutilized. 700,042 SBC Gold are in custodial wallets where the member actually swapped from us, and that's $24,000 worth of SBC Gold. 13,215 SBC Gold are gifts from the custodial wallets, and those are an unpaid amount. And fortunately, the gifts that we've given away is only a total of $440 US. But if you consider there's 14,525 SBC Gold in wallets of those who have swapped, but they've allowed their accounts to go inactive. So that's a total of 486 USD. So what we are going to have to do here, because we don't want our SBC Gold to sit there and be rotting away, if you want to hold SBC Gold in an external account and you want to sit on it for months and months and months and not be active in the community, you can do that, but you're going to have to do that externally. We are, the custodial wallets are being managed and we're paying for them. There is a fee for us to manage these wallets that we're paying out of the admin side. I mean, the members don't pay for that, but we're managing these wallets, and it does cost us a service fee in order to do so. So we're going to have to start implementing a abandonment policy, so that if you abandon your account for more than 90 days, the SBC Gold is forfeit. Now, the other thing too is that we've been giving away the SBC Gold as a gift, and one of the requirements of that gift is to remain active. So members who are not active, who have already received SBC Gold as the gift, are going to find that that SBC Gold is no longer there. So if you've received SBC Gold as a gift, or if you are someone who has swapped for SBC Gold, or if you're one of the pre-buyers, it's not wise to leave your account inactive. You won't be able to use it. That's just the way that we've designed it. If you go back and you look at the original document right in here, this is there's information, and there's information in the blog about those details, and we want to make sure that each member is well informed that an abandoned account is going to be abandoned and your custodial wallet will be reassigned. We only have a limited number of custodial wallets. We have enough to make 10,000 members. We have enough to make 20,000 members, but we're paying for each and every single one of those wallets, and we're paying more than we're giving away in the gift. So just so you know that. But that's going to soon not be the case. When SBC Gold is $1, then your wallets will be worth more than the cost that it costs us to maintain it. So that's the update on the SBC Gold statistics. And I'm gonna leave it right there. We're gonna go for that information to be in the blog. I want that information to be shared with each and every one of our active members, to reach out to their previously active members and let them know, you better come back and you better come grab that. So with 931 inactive members holding SBC Gold, I'm kind of hoping that that's going to put us up to somewhere in the 6,000 range when those members realize, wake up, and come back. So that's the exciting news. The exciting news is there are 930 members out there that have something to lose if they don't come back and join our community. But wait, there's more. So now I want to turn our heads towards, well, let's take a look at the price chart. I don't know if anyone noticed that we've got a price chart on our website now. We had it before with Joy G and previously K-Love, but now that price chart's on there, I'm just going to leave that up there while we talk about what we've accomplished specifically. What we're seeing on the screen right now is the entire history of SBC Gold. It has appreciated over 750%. Well, actually 740% since we launched SBC Gold on May 1st. So 740% is an amazing growth dynamic that we've already been achieving for our cryptocurrency here. And what we want to do is we want to duplicate this success with SBFC. So our performance assessment of SBC Gold is that it has strong growth. With over 700% in just 3 months, that is substantial and indicates a strong market interest and significant developments related to the coin. And we're going to develop even further. And we're going to take a lot of that. Imagine using the same techniques with some specific adjustments for SBFC. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Here's a brief history of SBFC. So this was a replacement for Joy G, which lost its value over time, and we needed to abandon it, mainly because SBC was no longer in control of Joy G. That was no longer something that our administration was able to manage. We had a limited amount of Joy G left, and there was no way to acquire more. With that, we replaced Joy G with SBFC and started using that as our agent donation coin. So these started to taper off. The agent donations started to taper off as our community progressed towards other programs. But SBFC was still there, and it was used as a bonus to make up for shortcomings in our share bounty program, but still not very viable just yet. In my discussions with advisory council members, I've come up with a plan to rejuvenate SBFC and create the same success with it that we did with SBC Gold. To do so, a few parameters of SBFC need to be on the table. So SBFC's original design was it was to be a membership coin driven with its value. It started at $25 USD when our membership count was below 5,000. And as we had incentives to push the coin's value up with our membership levels, we quickly got to $30, and that's where SBFC has stayed since we were at the $5,000 or 5,000 member range. When we hit 7,500 members, then the price would go up yet again. but we never did really touch that. We got very close, but didn't touch it enough to trigger the coin to go up. So SBFC was projected to increase well beyond when we reach thresholds of membership activity. So we locked in SBFC at a $30 price, and we're still going to try and honor that. So we're going to find a way to do that. But the revisions are going to be such as this. So SBFC is going to be a market-driven coin. We're going to throw this out on the market just like we did with SBC Gold, but we're going to take the same steps. We're going to control it internally as we step up to being able to launch it. Very much similar to the way that we did with SBC Gold. We'll put it into custodial wallets. We will let it grow. Members will be able to invest in it if they would like. And when we reach a certain investment goal, then we will put it into the wild. So SBFC may initially launch at $30 per coin or close to it, and that's our intention. It may be higher, it may be a little bit lower. It's hard to, in fact, it's almost impossible to dictate the price of a coin on an open market in a wild market. So we'll try and launch it at 30, but we can't guarantee that it will hold at 30. But there are ways that we can do so by strengthening the liquidity pool. And there are ways that we can do so by controlling how much is actually available on the external market versus how much is on the internal market. So as we balance what's internal to external, we'll be able to regulate the coin's price as best possible. So initially, a centralized control of the coin is going to be necessary. Now, as you know, no one has SBFC in their custodial wallets, and SBFC is sitting out in our members' personal wallets. We know that some of our members have transferred SBFC from one account to another, and maybe they've done some pooling, maybe they've done some consolidation, maybe they've tried to utilize those techniques to kind of hoard our coin. Well, we have a way to deal with that, and that is to effectively duplicate SBFC and everything that we've done as far as we have every transaction that we've ever sent out, and every member who was eligible for SBFC received it from the administration. So what we can do and what we will do is create a new SBFC, create that pool of coins, and then redistribute them to the custodial wallets of our active members, just as we did with SBC Gold initially. So any purchases of SBFC that somebody has made, they're going to go back to the original purchaser into their custodial wallet. So everyone that has a custodial wallet, that's where we're going to stick those coins. Now, again, we're going to do the same growth process like we did with SBC Gold. So we're going to deposit it in the custodial wallets. We're going to let it mature for a period of time, and then we're going to start slowly being able to trickle how it can be used. Yes, you should be able to exchange SBC Gold for SBFC and SBFC for SBC Gold. And we'll do that once we are actually out on the live market. You'll actually be able to do that on the live market. So when you're able to do that on MetaMask or the PancakeSwap or through your Trust Wallet, you'll be able to do it internally as well. So those swaps will be available. So we're going to be taking a different approach to SBFC than what we'd originally planned. Our plan was to bring it into an exchange and do some exchange within our back end here. But there's a lot of that we don't have control over, and we need to work on that. So one of the things that I put together was a pro and cons list of centralized crypto coins versus, well, basically just pros and cons of the centralized cryptocurrency. So the pros for a centralized crypto coin are price stability, predictability, reduced volatility. You have controlled deflation and inflation, and you have inflation management. There's also administrative control. So those details will be in the blog, as to what we describe those to be. But the cons of a centralized coin, and this is why we want to get away from a centralized coin, which is why SBC Gold is kind of a mixed centralization, and is moving towards decentralized. But we are going to have so in a centralized crypto coin, the cons are there's a lack of true decentralization. So you have centralization risks where control poses risks and abuse of power, manipulation, or corruption. Obviously, we know that is a possibility. You want to be able to trust the administrators, and the administrators want to be able to trust the community. So there's that. Market manipulation, price control. So having a completely centralized coin allows us to have this price control that we're talking about. But we lose that once we actually get out into the real world. And that is expected, and that is anticipated. And it will help to strengthen the viability of the coin when we do actually put it out into the real world. So it's subject to market manipulation, reduced transparency, and limited market dynamics. One of the things that you can see specifically here with SBC Gold in this range here is that initial hump is we're controlling the price. We're controlling the transactions that happen. You're buying from us. We're conducting the transactions. We're putting it into your wallet. There are no volatile trades going on in this area. And even though we've moved to a decentralized place where you can now purchase SBC Gold, there have been only limited dips, and these are administrative dips. When we switch over specifically to SBC Gold to receive your SBCBO payments, there is going to have to be a little bit of price change. There's going to have to be, admin is going to have to sell off a part of the coin that we hold in order to be able to pay the bills, keep the lights on and whatnot. So it's important to understand that these things are going to happen, but they're not going to happen in the large swings. Like if we can all remember, there was one October surprise that happened with the price of, it was either Caleb or Joy G, where admin was on the swap and conducted a swap in real time, and there was an extra zero on his swap. He expected the swap to completely reject it, but it went through and the price took a massive nosedive. Fortunately, it did recover a little bit after that, but we're not going to make those mistakes. Absolutely not. So in a review of the plan, our active members who have received SBFC in the past, and the last payment was USDT. So if you're an active member that's made a USDT payment recently, and your account is obviously active, we're going to create the new SBFC, and then we're going to replay the transactions. We'll actually just tally them all up. We're not going to do individual transactions, but let's just say, for instance, if admin has given you 100 SBFC, then you'll receive 100 SBFC. And if you've done donations where you received another 100 SBFC from the donation process, then we'll make one deposit of 200 SBFC into your custodial wallets. Any transactions that have been from the admin to the member in SBFC are going to be tallied, and then in September, the new SBFC will be sent to your custodial wallet, and this will eliminate poolers, hoarders, and dead accounts. So if you have a dead SBFC account, again, it's one of those things. As soon as you sign up and you're active again, we will tally up, and we're going to do this on a weekly basis. So if you are you won't have to wait to the end of the month, but as soon as your account's active, on the same day of every week, we're going to go through and find the active members who have come back, and then we'll do their SBFC deposits into their account. So once we've accomplished the redistribution of SBFC, so previously Edmund had done a buyback, and previously we had done a snapshot and a match. I'm not going to mess around with that because we have accurate records of all the SBFC that was distributed from our system over the last year. So we're just going to tally up what you received from the admin, and then resend that to you into your custodial wallet. Once it's there, it's there. But again, in order for you to utilize these coins specifically in our system, keep your account active. And then any active account that has been abandoned, or any account that's been abandoned for 90 days, we are going to reclaim those coins, because those are the majority of SBFC was given away as a bonus, not as a bonus, but a what do you want to call it? A supplement to the SBC share program. So I'm going to put this together into a blog. I apologize for it being a little disjointed. I was trying to talk a little bit slower to make sure that our translators can get it. I know that this has been a long meeting. It's been a whole 1 hour with our presentation from Membe and a presentation from Augustine. And now the SBC Gold is going to be accepted in our back office, and SBFC, the plan for SBFC is going to be laid out in the blog, and we'll go over that blog next week in our next meeting. So as I refine this and put this together, I just wanted everyone to know that the announcement for SBFC and how we're going to utilize that, I think it's very exciting. Just quickly, I want to go over the stats. Like we went over the stats with SBC Gold, here are the stats of SBFC. There are 5,871 holders of SBFC. 1,793 of them are actually active members, leaving us a total of 4,078 holders of SBFC that are inactive. Those coins are worth $30 a piece. And in most cases, each and every one of you should at least have one of those coins, at least one. Of the active members, 1,721 are active with a recent USDT payment, and we could be looking at a 4,000 member boost, again, bringing us up to into close to 10,000. So if all of our holders of SBFC were to wake up, and we got to clap in their ears, and we've got to get up in their general direction and say, if you have SBFC, you're going to want to get active. We get these SBFC members back by the end of this year. We're back at 10. We're at 10,000. We have SBFC to count on with a new economy going with that. We have SBC Gold to come up, and then we can start to begin the SBC private fund. I had an impromptu meeting. It was 2 hours with our sponsors, and I learned some things that I did not know before. Now I know more details that, of course, I can't share, but those details that I do know are going to they're going to inspire me even further, because we need to get this SBFC, or this SBC Gold private fund operational. Bringing back 4,000 holders of SBFC and bringing back another 1,000 holders of SBC Gold who are all inactive could really strengthen our entire community. And I think with seeing those numbers, we need to go for those people. We know that those people are invested. They are invested in our community, and those are the people that need to come back. We need to be. We need to remember that those people definitely had some investment in this community, and they're recent enough that they have SBFC and they have SBC Gold. So we need to work on that. The last thing I want to announce, I know we're a couple minutes over, but the last thing I want to announce is the September USDT reward is going to go in blocks of 25. So we still got August. So from August 1st to August 31st, we're still going to have the 50 for each 10 of your referrals. But in September, we're going to up the stakes to 25. So in order for you to receive 50 USD in SBC Gold at the end of the month, we need to see 25 plus members. And for every 25 plus, you'll get an extra 50 USDT worth, or excuse me, US worth of SBC Gold. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I don't think that we don't really need to discuss anything further unless Augustine's hand still up because he wants to talk? You can give him a try.
Okay.
Yes, I wanted.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's try and wrap it up quickly, but go ahead.
To say something. Thank you for the opportunity again. I hope. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I had an interruption. So I was saying that I want to make a broadcast so that I can explain it in details.
Okay.
Tomorrow. So am I still coming out clear?
No, you're cutting in and out.
It's the one that was calling me. I'm sorry about that. Let me try and be fast. Now, concerning the 30 days that he talked about, if someone doesn't stay active for 30 days and the coins
90.
he has accumulated, sorry, 90 days.
90 days.
Sorry,
90
90
days.
days. My mistake. So if someone doesn't stay active for the next 90 days and the person comes back on the maybe after 3 months, is it possible for him to get back the coins he has lost, or it's no more possible?
I think that we're going to have to discuss that. My specific, I don't think that it is right for us to. Well, I mean, if you take a look at other exchanges, if you abandon your account, the exchange already has your funds, and they're going to keep your funds. They have no way to return those funds to you. They have no obligation to do so. I don't think that that's necessarily going to be the case. I want to look at the bright side of things. I don't think that people are going to abandon their account if they have SBC Gold. It just would be actually not very intelligent to do so. So I would say don't abandon your account. But the SBC Gold gift, though, that is definitely going to be taken back. The requirement of the SBC Gold gift, the 5 in May, the 10 in June, the 15 in July, and the 25 in August, that is a requirement for you to be active. And if you're not active, then you don't get to keep those coins. Those get brought back to the administration. Those were given away. But if you purchased SBC Gold through the swap, or you're holding that as a bounty or something of that nature, we'll probably give you a little bit of an extended grace period on that, but it isn't going to be long. So in 90 days, we're going to start reviewing your account. We'll probably reach out to you and give you one last notice and give you the opportunity. And then a short period after that, then we will liquidate your account and reassign the custodial. Because again, as I said, we're paying for the custodial wallets. For you to leave it unabandoned doesn't do us any good. Doesn't do you any good either. So I think that will be our policy, and that policy is going to be at the bottom of every blog. And we're going to make sure that notice is properly given.
All right, I think that's beautiful. I got what I wanted. I don't have much more to say. So guys, it's up to you guys. There is no free lunch in Freetown. So act well. Thank you very much, admin. Cheers. Bye for now.
All right, Mbe, I think we're ready to wrap this one up. Let's keep pushing to 6,000, guys. 6,000 is where we need to be. And take a look at the blog specifically for the stats that I discussed. Seeing them, hearing them, and seeing them are two completely different things. When you realize the scale of how much SBFC and how much SBC Gold is sitting out there just uncollected by members who have abandoned their accounts or You know, as far as we know, we don't know if they've abandoned them, but they might. Hopefully that they don't. Let's get those members back, and let's make sure that we spread the message to all of our members who have fallen aside, and bring them back. So let's all go forward, and I think we want to keep pushing to 6,000.
All right, guys. So let's keep pushing to 6,000. I think that's our closing word. I don't know.
Atteindre 6 000
Yes. Keep pushing
Donc,
to
pour le mot de
6,000.
fin, les gars,
6,000.
poussons les membres, poussons
Pushing
le
to
membership à 6
6,000.
000. Poussons le membership à 6 000. C'est le mot de fin.
For 6,000.
Let's push the membership
Push
to
to
6,000.
6,000.
Let's put the membership